Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my dueling videos, and today I have for you a scrap deck. During the stream yesterday, I was able to pull a second scrap factory and a second scrap twin dragon, so I decided to try it out. I played it for like 2-3 hours today, and let me tell you, it's definitely a challenging deck. It's not really easy to just pick up. I know I made a lot of misplays. There's probably misplays in the replays I'm going to show you, but it's a really fun deck once you start to figure out what it does and you know, all your combos. I don't know if I'm running the best version. I have kind of a limited pool of cards. I didn't know, but I'm missing a lot of scrap cards. I actually had to pull for a second scrap storm, but there was only like 10 packs left in the box, so I pulled the second one. I also only have 2 scrap chimera, which I would love to have a third one. I would definitely put in a third one in this spot of scrap shark. Also, scrap factory is so good that you would love to run it at 3. If I could run scrap factory at 3 and scrap storm at 3, I would definitely do that. But this deck still worked. We're using reload as the skill because I wasn't sure what to use. Tie that binds is another skill that I thought about using, but since I built it on reload, I was like, I'll just rock with reload. It's really hard to try to explain everything that the deck does in one video probably, so I'm gonna try to use this the next time I stream, because like I said, it's really fun and you guys can probably pick up a better understanding of the overall deck during a stream as opposed to just, you know, a 15-minute video or so. But for the monster lineup, we have 2 scrap beasts. This guy is a level 4 tuner. If he is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 scrap monster in your graveyard except scrap beast, add that target to your hand. So a lot of times what I like to do is, if I have my field spell, I'll normal summon scrap beast, use scrap storm. Scrap storm is gonna send chimera to the graveyard. When this guy gets popped, I can add the chimera back to my hand, and that way I have a follow-up turn, you know, a follow-up play for the next turn, because chimera, when you normal summon it, you get to special summon a tuner from the deck, from the graveyard, I'm sorry. So you would special summon your scrap beast. Also, your field spell is going to trigger after you destroy the scrap beast. You get a golem special summons beast, and then you go for your scrap twin dragon. So, you know, it's not super, there's a lot of steps to one play, but one very standard play. So I think that's why people are not really giving it a chance, because like I said, it's definitely a challenging deck and it's not super strong. Once it gets going, you really put your opponent in a bind, especially because they're not used to playing against this. So a lot of my opponents were making misplays, were playing into what I wanted them to do, but the deck, like I said, is still really fun. So 2 scrap chimera, really good. Normal summon, you get the special summon a tuner. I run scrap soldier as a level 5 tuner in order to special summon that with chimera, but that's another play that I'll talk to in a little bit. The only downside to chimera is that you can only use it to special summon a scrap monster. So it's not like you can normal summon this, go for beast, and then go into Stardust or Red Dragon Archfiend. It only works with your scrap twin dragon and scrap archfiend, so that's why I run a level 3 scrap goblin. But 2 scrap goblin, once per turn you can select 1 level 4 lower scrap monster in your graveyard, special summon it to either player's side of the field. So it's really interesting that you can special summon it to your opponent's side of the field. There's other cards you can play around in this archetype that I don't have, where special summon to your opponent's side of the field is beneficial to you because the monster will then destroy everything that's not scrap. I haven't tried that version yet. I stuck to this with just kind of having an easy synchro summon engine, but this card is definitely one of the main pieces. So we're running 2 because we don't want to clog it in our hand, but we still want it in the deck so we can special summon it with scrap factory. 1 scrap goblin, this card is really good. You can set this card and it'll protect you for a full turn. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this face-up defense position card is selected as an attack target, destroy this card at the end of battle phase. If this card is destroyed by the effect of a scrap card and sent to the graveyard, you can select 1 scrap monster in your graveyard, accept itself, and add it to your hand. So kind of like scrap beast, the same effect when it gets destroyed. But the cool thing is that you know, it'll protect you from all battle during one turn. And if you have a field spell and your opponent doesn't read the card and they attack a second time into it, that's really good, because then the second effect, assuming you set this at the beginning, you know, during your turn, once it's face up and they attack it again, it's gonna get destroyed. You get to special summon from the deck, and you just plus that way. So there was an opponent in particular who just attacked into this 3 times, just for the memes, I guess, but that actually benefited, as if he would have just attacked once, let it stay face up on the field. It wouldn't have gotten destroyed, but I wouldn't have gotten a monster from my deck due to Scrap Factory. Scrap Soldier is just a level 5 tuner, that's why he's here. And then Scrap Shark is really a really good turn 1 play if you have Scrap Factory. You normal summon Scrap Shark, you activate your factory, your shark is gonna get destroyed. You special summon something with factory, and then you can also activate Scrap Shark's effect, which lets you send a scrap monster from your deck to your graveyard. So the reason why that is good is because your field spell is gonna special summon Golem 9 times out of 10, and then your shark can send your scrap beast to the graveyard, which then you can special summon with Scrap Golem. So you kind of start to see what the whole deck tries to do. The rest of the deck is just tech cards. I have 2 enemy controllers, 2 Canadians, 2 floodgates, basic standard back row. I'm trying out 1 scrap loop. I would probably cut this out, because even though it gives you a free special summon, it also kills your battle phase, so it's not that good. It says select 1 scrap monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster from the graveyard. Its effects are negated. When this card is removed from the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is removed from the field, destroy this card. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. So sorry about the long deck explanation. Like I said, it's not an easy archetype. If you know it, then you know what all of the cards do, and it's kind of simple. But for someone who's never played it or gone up against it, a lot of the plays might be confusing as you see them happening. So we're going up against Crowler, and this is actually a Hazy Beast. We have a good starting hand. Scrap Beast, when I activate Scrap Storm. We're missing the field spell, otherwise this hand would have been 10 times better. I'm going to go ahead and send Scrap Soldier to the graveyard, because I'm trying to thin my deck and draw into my Chimera. I get a Floodgate, so at least I'm protected. We're going to see, unfortunately for this guy, I know exactly what he's doing, so all I have to do is Floodgate at the right time, and he pretty much can't win anymore. Especially when I see that he used a Hazy Flame Sphinx with the Periton effect, and then he goes all in, summons 2 more Sphinx. I'm gonna Floodgate them both, and then that's it. No more Sphinx, and sadly this deck's kind of dead. We're gonna top deck into Chimera, special summon the level 5 tuner, we go into Scrap Twin Dragon, and just go for the attack. It's gonna special summon a Cerberus, normal summon a Cerberus. We go for the reload, see if I can get something better. I pick up Scrap Factory, which is great. I can't target the monster, so I can't activate Scrap Dragon's effect, which I guess I didn't go over it. So it says once per turn you can select 1 card you control and 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy the 1 you control and return the 2 your opponent controls to your hand. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, select 1 non-synchro scrap monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's really good removal, because you're not destroying it, so you're not triggering things like Fuma and stuff like that. And if you're popping a scrap monster while you have your field spell, you're gonna plus off of that as well, so the cost is not even that bad. But all I have to do here is keep summoning monsters. He grabs a Periton, but once all Hazy Sphinx are in the graveyard, there's really not a whole lot he can do, and we'll finally get the scoop. And this was kind of the mirror match, but my opponent didn't do anything. I only knew it was the mirror because I looked at his deck afterwards. But I had some spicy plays going, so I decided to save it just so you guys can see it. But this was, like I said, my opponent didn't do anything but set 2 monsters. Alright, so we're gonna activate, we're gonna set or scrap Goblin. I didn't want to go in because there's not a whole lot I can do without my quick play. So I'm just gonna set the Goblin. It can protect me from battle and hopefully they attack into it. They don't, just sets another card, so now it's time to go in. I'm gonna activate Scrap Storm, send the level 5 tuner to the graveyard, and then special summon Golem. I'm not gonna activate Goblin's effect because I want the tuner in the graveyard because I'm gonna go into Chimera. So normal summon Chimera, get the tuner, go for the big boy. And then when I activate Golem, I could summon this monster, you know, just go for attacks, return both of these. I could either attack or I could activate Twin Dragon's effect, return both of those cards to the hand, and you know, that was game obviously with what I had on the board. So that's kind of the best case scenario place where your opponent doesn't have back row, they're not doing anything to stop you, and you just go off. Here we have a Sartorius. This was a pretty close duel. And I like this guy's deck. He's running the Master of Destiny Silent Magician deck. And it's a pretty long duel, so he's gonna go a couple of ace. Seems fair. Hot agree. Sets a monster, sets a back row. We're gonna set the Floodgate set or Scrap Goblin, which can just protect us. Goes for Silent Magician. We're gonna go ahead and Floodgate that, mainly because I want to be able to activate my Scrap Storm. I didn't really care about him attacking into my Scrap Goblin, but if I drew into my fill spell, I wanted to be able to activate it, so we Floodgate that. Unfortunately for us, he has a second one, but that's fine. My Scrap Goblin is gonna protect me. I'm gonna activate Scrap Storm, and this was a win-win here because if he didn't negate it, I get my place off. If he negates it, I have Econ take. So he doesn't negate it. We're gonna destroy that to send a level 5 from the deck to the graveyard. Special summon that with Chimera. Go for the reload just to see what I can get. We don't get our field spell. We get a second Canadia, which is gonna come in pretty clutch. Now we can go Scrap Twin Dragon, attack the face down. No need to put a level 8 on the board. I'm gonna let him decide if he's gonna, you know, crash into me to get his level 8 out. He goes for Madolchi, thinning the deck, having more fodder for Silent Magician. Goes for the Suicide, and now just Canadia at the level 8. When I activate Scrap Shark, normal summon Scrap Shark, use Twin Dragon's effect. And here I'm just deck thinning, trying to get to my fill spell or my another Chimera. We see the Time Wizard, so immediately we gotta Floodgate that out. Not Floodgate, Canadia. And then when he didn't Suicide here, that told me he only runs one level 8. So I'm feeling pretty safe. I'm not too worried about the Silent Magician. We're gonna normal summon Chimera, get our level 5 again, activate Twin Dragon's effect. Unfortunately, he does have a card to prevent battle damage, so we don't win right here. He picks up a couple of ace, draws 2, gets another Time Wizard, so we're gonna Econ take because we don't want to die to that. And here I kind of got a little greedy. I really was trying to go for a game right here, so I'm gonna normal summon the Scrap Golem to get a special summon, but he Canadias my Scrap Golem. That's gonna give me a Canadia, and I could have Econ take right here, but I wasn't sure if he was running another one of those cards that he hit me with. So I decided to play it safe. We're gonna see Silent Magician again. Doesn't destroy my Scrap Golem for whatever reason. And then I can go into my shenanigans, activate the enemy controller, and I'm just doing this so that my Scrap Shark gets destroyed and I get a special summon from the deck. Because also, once he gets destroyed, I'm gonna be able to send something from the graveyard to the deck. He's gonna negate the enemy controller, but that's fine. That's what I wanted all along. We're gonna send Beast. Special summon another Golem, special summon the Beast from the graveyard, go for Scrap Twin Dragon, destroy my field spell, send 2 back, and that's game. There was a couple of duels where I almost timed out, and that's because, like I said, this deck really makes you think. It's not super linear. The plays, it has, you know, its bread and butter plays, but a lot of times you just have to make do with what you have, and that's why I think it's a really fun deck. So I'm playing in King of the Games. I didn't run into any 6 Samurai. I probably would have lost if I did, but they're all in the KC Cup, I'm assuming. So you're going up against Rex, 3 back row, 1 set. We're gonna summon Shark. He activates Canadia, so I'm just gonna Scrap Storm right here, draw a card. And I draw a Super Clutch because I get a Scrap Chimera. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a Goblin in the graveyard with Shark. And then end turn, I have a Canadia to protect me. We'll just take this 800. Activate Scrap Factory, go for Chimera. Chimera is gonna special summon the Goblin. And that'll be my follow-up play. I figure he can probably get rid of one of my monsters, but he won't be able to get rid of Scrap Goblin. So I can then tribute the Goblin with Golem and go into follow-up plays the next turn. So he's gonna Canadia, second Canadia by the way. Tries to destroy my Goblin. It works into my favor because he attacked it while it was in face-up defense position. So he's gonna get destroyed, and I'm gonna get the plus of my deck. Not only that, since he gets destroyed, I get to add a card from my deck, from my graveyard to my hand. So I'm gonna add the Scrap Chimera. Special summon Golem. He goes for the Econ take here to try to do damage, but this only activates at the end of the battle phase. So at that point, you're done attacking. You can activate Econ and then try to declare another attack. Like you've already said, I'm ending my battle phase. So Scrap Golem is gonna special summon Beast. We're gonna go into Twin Dragon. Canadian number 3, which is a little annoying, but I still have my normal summon. So I'm actually gonna tribute the Scrap Golem. Go for my second Golem. Synchro into Scrap Twin Dragon. And I could have... The reason why I did this instead of attacking both Canadians is because there was no delay the whole time. So I thought this was a wall of disruption. And I was like, if I have 2 monsters and I attack, that's really bad for me. I'd rather just have one. Worst case scenario, he goes down to, what is it, 24? And I'm fine with that. But it wasn't a wall of disruption. I think it was like a Drowning Mirror Force. I don't think I ever got to know. Now we're gonna normal summon Chimera, go for Beast, Survival's End. It's gonna activate. Get another Canadia from the grave, special summon 2 dinos. We're gonna activate have to activate Scrap Twin Dragon's effect. He goes for the Survival Ends, and this is a big chain. Goes for what is this? Leon Coelia? I don't know. Whatever. Goes for that. I'm gonna Econ take and steal the Giant Rex. Even though I know he's gonna have another Survival End because Baby Sars is gonna special summon a dino from the deck, I wanted to use this in order to go into my level 8 synchros. I could have gone into Stardust, but I was like, whatever, I don't really need the monster on the field. I'm just trying to bait out the second Survival Ends. So we're gonna synchro here into Red Dragon Archfiend. That immediately triggers a Survival Ends. And now I'm in a really good spot. He's in top deck mode. I have 3 back row. What are you gonna do? Top deck Sabersars, that's cute. Floodgate. Yeah, you get a Paleozoic, but you still can't get over my 1800 Beast. I get another Floodgate, and guess what? Deja Vu. Sabersars get Floodgated again. And at that point, you know, I can just go for my Scrap Storm. Pretty much go for the win here. Special summon. Beast is gonna give me my Chimera back. And I haven't used my normal summon, so I'm just gonna normal summon Chimera, special summon another monster, attack with 3, and that's game. So fun, man. Look at that. I had 4 cards left in the deck. 4 cards. And then last but not least, we have, I believe, another Hasty player. Feels bad. I'm not trying to expose the Hasty players, but you know, they're on the King of Games ladder for some reason. Probably playtesting before they try to rank in the KC Cup. But we have the Hasty Killer in hand. We're gonna activate Scrap Factory, set or Scrap Goblin, and your turn is over, basically. So this is what I mean right here. If he attacks with Hasty Flame Periton, my Goblin flips face up, he doesn't get destroyed, that could be the end. If he ends right there, my Goblin stays on the field, and that's that. But because he attacks into it 3 different times, he's gonna get destroyed at the end. Factory is gonna give me a Scrap Soldier. Now I can normal summon Chimera, special summon the Goblin, just to set up another stall turn if I need to. Scrap Twin Dragon, activate Scrap Storm, destroy the Goblin. Special summon from the deck, Goblin is gonna give me the Chimera back. Look at all this recycling. We're gonna get another Golem from the deck. Golem was gonna special summon, I was gonna clear up his board, and then sorry Hasty, that's GG. Really, really fun deck. Towards the end, I was getting better at playing it. I haven't made a lot of adjustments because I don't feel like I've tested this enough. But I believe a 3rd Scrap Factory is probably the most important adjustment I can make. I just don't have it. But I'd recommend you play it, give it a chance. It's really fun once you understand it. And yeah, it's gonna be it for my video. Sorry that it's a really, really long video, but they are a complicated archetype, and I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really, really appreciate that. And until next time.